Hey guys, and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. I don't know about you, but I am absurdly excited for Infinity War. Only problem is, we're definitely gonna lose at least one awesome character. It's sad, but it's kinda necessary. It's important to note that a bunch of characters have been confirmed to be in Avengers 4, but keep in mind that this is comic books we're talking about. Dying in Infinity War doesn't necessarily mean you're out of the sequel, especially with the Infinity Gauntlet in play. If you're looking for more Avengers, check out our top 10 details you missed in the Infinity War trailer video, linked down below. Now get ready, it's time for the top 10 Marvel characters who will most likely die in Infinity War. Except it's kinda more maybe. Number 10. Thanos. Considering Thanos is the big bad villain of the film, it's no surprise that his head will be on the chopping block. All the heroes want him dead, and it could well be that he ends up dead. Does that mean he'll stay dead? Probably not. He has a habit of coming back. But it would be crazy satisfying to see him die, especially if he kills one of my faves. He's confirmed for the next film, so he'd probably be coming back, but that isn't particularly surprising considering how tight he is with Lady Death. Plus, Death definitely has to be in the next one, so that would be a good way to introduce her. Number 9. Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is actually pretty high up there for me in terms of probably gonna die. Just as Vision's affection for her might cause him to sacrifice himself, I could totally see her going too far with her powers to stop Vision from losing the Mind Stone, only to die in the process. It would be sad, but at least the Maximoff twins would be together again. Plus, she isn't the most interesting character anyway. Number 8. Vision. This is one that was expected even before the trailer, since Thanos wants the gem and killing Vision would be a pretty good way to get it. After seeing him attacked by what looked like Corvus Glaive, it's clear that he'll be in danger. Plus, he's pretty OP, so he probably shouldn't be allowed to live very long. That said, most people agree that he probably could survive without the Mind Stone, so maybe he'll just lose the stone and survive in a depowered state. Who knows? Number 7. Whoever Black Widow is stabbing here. From the context, this seems like a pretty significant kill, and that likely means it's a member of Thanos' Black Order. And from the way the scenes were set up, it could very well be Proxima Midnight, which would be one hell of a notch on Black Widow's belt. But even if Proxima doesn't die, I think the next prediction is pretty safe. Number 6. At least some of the Black Order. In the comics, by the end of the Infinity War, most of the Black Order was dead, almost dead, or resurrected. So it would be pretty unfortunate if none of them died, especially since we're gonna need some vengeance if one or more of the heroes ends up dying as well. If Tony Stark dies, I'll need a hell of a lot of catharsis, and I want said catharsis in the form of spectacular Black Order deaths. Just makes me sad that Black Dwarf will probably die because he's by far the best. Number 5. Loki. Loki definitely seems to be in the thick of things in Infinity War, and his constant hopping back and forth between good and evil could end up getting him killed. In the trailer, it looked like he was giving up the Tesseract, probably to Thanos, which leads some to believe that he was taking his side. But knowing Loki, he may have a trick up his sleeve that could cause Thanos to get revenge. Honestly, this one might be the hardest for me, especially if he dies heroically. He finally changes his ways, and then he dies. Heartbreaking. Number 4. Drax. With so many members of the Guardians and so many more who can fill empty spots, it's pretty likely that one member will die. And one member above all others would risk everything to get a chance at killing Thanos. Drax, the guy who lost his family to Thanos and who was resurrected with the sole purpose of avenging his family. I could definitely see him dying in a desperate attempt to kill the guy. Plus, in the Cancerverse storyline, Drax did attack Thanos and was killed. In legal terms, this would be called setting a precedent. Put this video in my law school applications. Number 3. Captain America. Before watching the trailer, this was definitely one of the ones I was expecting. As far as I'm concerned, Cap's been living on borrowed time ever since he avoided being killed off in Civil War. Especially with Chris Evans' contract expiring soon, it seems like the perfect chance for Steve to come out of hiding for one last adventure, and then die. Plus, with Bucky seemingly back to his old self, he's in a prime position to step in as the new Captain America. Number 2. Tony Stark. With Robert Downey Jr. talking a fair bit about leaving the franchise, many people have been thinking he would die in Infinity War. Now with the trailer showing him in some pretty dire straits, it's looking more and more like we may be saying goodbye to Tony. Sure, he's confirmed to be in the sequel, but I wouldn't be surprised if they took the AI Tony route like in the comics. I literally realized that mid-sentence while I was writing the script, and it totally makes sense. I'm now certain that he's gonna die and he'll come back as an AI. Confirmed by me. Number 1. The Barton family. It's been confirmed that Jeremy Renner will be back for Avengers 4, and there's no real evidence that would lead me to think he's going to die in this one, other than the whole guy with a bow and arrow against incredibly powerful enemies thing. But in the set photos for Avengers 4, he has a pretty different look, pretty similar to Ultimate Hawkeye. And in the Ultimates, his family was killed by Black Widow. So we have Thanos, who will likely have a mind-controlling gem, a family that was randomly introduced recently, and a mysterious change in Hawkeye in the next film. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Barton clan. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Who do you think will shuffle off their mortal coil, run down the curtain to join the Bleeding Choir Invisible? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's a scary subject, but with so many Infinity Gems in one place, death may not be the end for some characters. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie Laferzi with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.